London. Right behind me, of course, the world famous London Coliseum, home of the English National Ballet and Opera, but soon to be home to the St. Petersburg Ballet. Now, we're thrilled today to go and meet Irina Kolesnikova. Sorry, Kolesnikova. Hi, it's Neil Sean here in the heart of theatrical London. Behind me, of course, the world famous London Coliseum, opened in 1904 as a variety theatre and now currently home to the English National Opera and Ballet. We're thrilled today, though, to go and meet the prima ballerina herself, Irina Kolesnikova. So come with me as we go ballet. So here we are on, of course, the main stage here at the Coliseum. It's an amazing place to look round and, of course, well worth coming to see any production just to look at this magnificent theatrical architecture. Of course, the theatre has played host to many royals too, including way back in 1923. Queen Mary caused a sensation by sitting in the royal box behind me with a magnificent tiara on, which nobody quite knew where it came from. That created something of a stir. And then, of course, they've hosted royal variety shows here in 2004 and 2006 to great success. And, of course, huge events way back in the 50s. This theatre really does have an historic feeling about it. And, of course, there's been so many stars passed through that stage door. one of the most spectacular events that happened here at London's beautiful Coliseum on the stage behind me was in July 1930, where they brought television, that's right, television to the stage. And it was demonstrated by none other than the creator, Baird. Yeah, he came on stage and actually discussed the great things about why television would be the latest new invention, and in fact we may not all be going to the theatre. Of course he was proven wrong, but he did kind of get himself proven right that television was, of course, a spectacular success. And you had to pay to come in and watch this demonstration, so proof, of course, that people will actually come to watch other people doing nothing on TV. Now the beauty about the Coliseum is like this, you know, you wander around the place and you see all these wonderful bars and little nooky areas and stuff that people have enjoyed for over 100 years. And when you think about it, it's just rich in history. You know, this was one of the first theatres to actually offer a lift. Can you imagine, you know, in 1904 to be able to take a lift up to your very private box? The boxes today are sumptuous, of course. They've all been beautifully refurbished and millions have been spent on this. But way back in 1933, one of the biggest hits here at the Coliseum was a huge star indeed, none other than a very furry sort of guy. Yeah, King Kong. One of the biggest stars here in 1933 was something of a furry delight. We're talking, of course, about the brilliant King Kong. Now that movie, it's hard to believe, created such a fuss. The movie ran for weeks and weeks here with Fay Wray screaming in the hand, of course, of King Kong. Now that sort of changed the fortunes of the theatre, but again, by the late 30s it was in other sort of hands. You know, it went to the Sadler's Wells for a while, and then in 1963 MGM decided not to bother with its lease, and of course Cinerama took over. Now they had a go, but it's a colossal place to film. The biggest successes, of course, though, was none other than one of my favourite stars, the legend that is Tommy Steele. And he told me when he was here in the late 50s, he did an incredible run in a pantomime with Cinderella. And he said that it was a magical time because, of course, you've got to remember, at that point he was one of the biggest stars here in the UK. He was Britain's #1 pop star. This was around a time of Elvis, so it's pre-Beatles, you know, and every day teenagers were queuing up outside just to see their hero sing in pantomime. I couldn't imagine Justin Bieber doing the same thing today, could you? But that is the magic of Tommy Steele and why he's lasted for so many years at the top of his profession. Very quick and lucrative look around this beautiful theatre. And as I always say, you know, it's great to just come and see any production here. Currently we're filming here for Swan Lake by the St. Petersburg Ballet Theatre. And that's how we were able to come in and take a good look around. But it's incredible when you think, you know, there's so much to see here. So if you do get an opportunity and you want to see some of Frank Matcham's beautiful architecture, and it really is some of his best work, then it really is value to come and get a ticket. Even if you sit in, well, they don't call it this now, do they? But up in the gods, it's just great to look down and see wonderful architecture. And we have to say bravo to this theatre for reinventing itself time and time again. So until next time, for another theatre memory, join me, Neil Sean. I'll see you soon.